Welcome, Feeling You with Vic the Brick Jacobs right there. PJ way over here with the palm tree. Victor, are you full up on turkey?
Wow, I'm tryptophan out. Turkey was fabulous.
Yeah.
My daughter-in-law Stephanie prepared
Ooh,
a fabulous meal
yeah.
uh, for Yuko, myself, Stony, and it was just wonderful. How was yours, PJ? And how, of course, Chris Donovan.
It was, yes, Chris Donovan. He was, of course, in Disneyland yesterday, and he was having
Whoa,
fun.
wow.
Yeah, he kind of owns Disneyland. He goes every other week now. He's there, so he has fun.
That's his
Yeah,
castle. That's the magic castle. That's his
that's his
castle.
magic castle. We have. I came up with a new thing. This is great. A new way to make a turkey. Well, a new way for me. I took all these, like an orange, an apple, a pear, an onion, a head of garlic, all cut in half, all stuffed into the bird. Then you take the bird, you put, and this is a butter ball, so it's already basted. You put seasoning all over the skin, a little olive oil. You shove it in a bag, Vic. These amazing cooking bags they have. Plastic, they're not plastic, they're
Right?
some kind of, and you cook this thing. First of all, it cooks an hour and a half faster than normal. Secondly, the most delicious bird I've ever had. You taste those flavors of those fruits and everything that you cut up and put in there. And then, of course, you use that juice for your gravy. I'm telling you, it was off the
Ooh,
hook. It was off the hook.
that's
I couldn't
crazy
believe it.
good. How
Yeah.
crazy good.
Yeah.
Was that a recipe or you just created that, PJ?
Yeah, it was kind of like I put it together. I saw a guy using a bag, and then I thought, and I always put a bunch of stuff in the turkey, different things like that, because it does add so much t flavor. And so it was just the combination of things, but it was delicious. It really was. So I'm proud of myself. I'll put that out. Everybody should have that recipe. I mean, you'll love it. And it's easy to make. Anybody that says they can't make a turkey, you can make a turkey, and it'd
But what
be
a glorious
delicious.
bag! What's the what a that's, the bag basically sucks up all the juices and keeps it into the turkey. That must be the key. Is the bag, of course, the ingredients, but the bag
That's
is
right.
key.
That's right. It's a Reynolds, I think, aluminum, but it's not aluminum. It's made by that company, oven bag. And it's just incredible how it holds everything together, cooks the turkey faster. You don't burn the turkey. Actually, at the end, I had to take the top off the bag and open it up a little more just so that it could get brown. And it was beautiful. It was something else. So,
Wow!
yeah. So,
Blessings to PJ. Blessings
blessings to
CD.
you. Yeah.
Chris Donovan.
Yes.
Blessings to
Yeah.
everyone. Blessings to everyone as we everyone enjoyed their cornucopia.
Oh,
And now, of course, we're stuffed and we're ready. We're ready for some football on Thanksgiving. And those turkey games, man,
oh, they were.
they were all stunners, basically, except for Green Bay,
Yeah.
um, with Jordan Love throwing 4 touchdowns,
Yep.
and Parsons going nuts on the edge with 2.5 sacks, 8 hits, 4 pressures. This was a wonderful win for the Green Bay Packers.
Really was.
But that was the only game that really went according to script because your Joe Burrow, PJ, came back and played magnificently his first game since week 2 when he hurt his toe.
How about that? He was looking so sharp, and everybody was saying he's going to have ring rust. He's going to have everything. And, he said after the game, he said, I felt a little funny the first few throws. But then after that, you saw the talent of this guy. And when you protect Joe Burrow, which Cincinnati never has, this is his sixth year in the league. The poor guy's been pulverized over and over again. When you protect him, he does what he did yesterday, which was just incredible. I
And
mean, he
created
just,
5 turnovers. The defense, much maligned.
oh,
Cincinnati Bengal defense rose up
they
and
rose
forced
up.
5 turnovers. Lamar Jackson
Yep.
is basically a shell of himself. I don't know if he's injured. I know he hasn't thrown a touchdown pass in 3 games, even though the
Yeah.
Ravens were winning.
Yep.
But now the Ravens have lost. And the other big surprise, the Cowboys
How about
stunned
that?
the defending world champion Chiefs, who've lost 2 in a row now.
I dropped my pen.
Oh
Yeah.
no, they won last week. Then they barely won last week, and then they lose to the boys. Dak outplays Mahomes. Dak Prescott threw for over 300 yards, and the Cowboys with a gigantic victory. So they've beaten the Eagles, and now they've beaten the Chiefs, last year's Super Bowl contestants,
Yep.
on consecutive weeks. So are the Dallas Cowboys alive, PJ?
I think they are. I think the answer to that is amazing defense. The offense has come together. And as long as you've got that combination working, you've got to look at these guys and say, like you just pointed out, they've beat Philadelphia. They just beat the Chiefs. I mean, these guys are on a roll. Now they have a tough schedule, but at the same time, if they keep playing like they're playing, and Dak keeps finding his receivers, and the defense, which is key, keeps playing the way it's playing, there's no saying how far these guys can go. I think they can take it all the way. I don't know if they'll get to the Super Bowl, but they'll definitely get to the playoffs the way they're playing right now, which is
Something's wrong with
exciting.
something's wrong with the Eagles. There's no doubt. The
Oh,
offense
yeah.
is in
Yeah.
tatters.
Yeah, it is.
Tatters. The
Tatters.
offense is
Yeah.
not moving.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts is everyone's losing confidence in Jalen Hurts. He doesn't go
Yeah.
downfield,
Well,
whatever it is, and they just don't have that spark that they
no.
had last year. But again, so hard to repeat as Super Bowl champions when the Eagles are now feeling that, but
Yeah.
the Cowboys are surging, and another team surging, the Chicago Bears, with Ben Johnson taking his shirt off in the locker room and going nuts, celebrating.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Bears are 9-3, 9-3,
Who knew?
gigantic victory for the Chicago Bears.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
that was stunning.
Yep.
That was stunning. They rushed for over 200 yards. They look good.
They look really good.
Caleb, another good game.
Yeah.
I mean, who knew that the Bears would be atop the NFC conference with a 9-3 record? The Rams are 9-2. They're in Carolina later today. Uh, but the Bears just stunning the football world along with the Cowboys. I
You know
mean,
what I love is I love the fact of the parity of these teams now. It makes these games kind of what we were talking about so close, so much more fun. You barely have a lopsided game these days. It's like they're very, very close. Even the sick teams, like the Jets, play teams closer. It's like everyone's playing more parity, makes it more interesting, makes it more fun. Anybody can win. Of course, they're the favorites. We think, of course, Denver's going to be there at the end. The Rams are going to be there at the end. There's certain teams you can point to that are
New
looking
England
so
9-2.
New England 9-2. Even now, who knows about Green Bay? Green Bay's looking good. Cowboys looking good. So yeah, I mean, there's just so much parity that I think the last 4 or 5 games of the season are going to be tremendous, just like the Turkey Bowl yesterday was tremendous, just amazing to watch.
And the results were perfect if you're a Los Angeles Charger fan, which I am.
Yeah,
To see the Ravens lose, the AFC to
yeah,
tighten that up, so they're like 6-6. Steelers are top of the division, but the Steelers are no threat
no,
in the AFC.
yeah.
And so Ravens lose, Chiefs lose, and that's great news for the Chargers. But the Chargers, this is a tough game in the Raiders. Even though the Raiders are 2-9, they fired Chip Kelly, their offensive coordinator, who was Gots, was crap.
Yeah.
He had no clue. He was not on the same page ever with Pete Carroll, it seemed.
No,
$6 million they paid Chip Kelly to be their offensive coordinator, PJ.
I
That's
know.
the most expensive offensive coordinator in the NFL.
Well, what's stunning about that is, like you said, he produced nothing over 11 games for them. He had no connection with
15
Gino.
points a game, based. That's the
Yeah.
worst in the
Yeah.
NFL. 15
He,
points a game.
and you could see he had no connection with Geno Smith, the quarterback. Um, then, on top of the 6 million they paid him for 11 games work, they guaranteed him 3 years, 18 million he gets for 11 games. You want to do the math on that when you have time?
Oh,
How
he's
much is that
unbelievable.
for the?
All right,
I
well,
mean,
listen, he ripped off UCLA
yep,
when he was head coach.
yep.
Uh, Either he's a rip-off artist or he's just a genius,
Oh no,
a
yeah, yeah.
financial genius, Chip Kelly, because he keeps getting these contracts. Ohio State couldn't wait to get rid of him.
He got 23 million from UCLA. He got 23 million bucks from UCLA, a
It's
college
amazing
team.
how
The
he's
fourth,
parlayed such mediocre skills
he got
as an
24
offensive
million
coordinator.
from San Francisco, from the 49ers.
It's
I mean, this is
unbelievable.
nuts. I mean, this guy's compiling money left and right, laughing all the way to the bank, and he sits up there in that booth, and even Geno
And
Smith
draws up the wrong plays,
and
basically.
draws up the wrong plays. I mean, come on. Even if you're terrible, 50% of the time you can hold up a thing and go, do that play, right?
Just go deep. Just
Yeah,
go
go
deep like
deep.
Rachel and Friends.
Go
Just
deep
go
for
deep,
for
Rachel.
for
Go
six
deep,
million
Rachel.
bucks.
Well,
Go deep.
keep running.
Yeah,
Keep
yeah,
running. Get yourself
yeah.
a slice of pizza, then come back.
It's nuts. I'm telling you, these people are nuts. You got to pull in the reins on him. I think his career put a fork in him.
Well,
I don't know
I
who's
feel
going
for
to
Pete
pay him.
Carroll. Pete went in there trying to change the culture,
Yeah,
of the great Raiders, once great Raiders, and
yeah,
he's having a tough time
yeah,
because
he is.
he had Chip Kelly, so he was strapped from the start. But they're 2-9. They're playing the Chargers, and the Chargers coming off the worst game of the year, getting blown out in Jacksonville,
They looked horrible.
embarrassing loss.
Yeah,
They pulled Justin Herbert with 11 minutes to play in the game. Had his worst game as a pro. I think he threw for 80 yards.
yeah,
So Herbert's got to step up today at SoFi, and they've got to get back on track because they're 7-4. It's a big game from the standings because if they win, then they'll be up two on Kansas City. They'll be eight
yeah.
and four. Kansas City 6-6. I mean, I look at the standings. I know there's only 5 games left, but every game has
Every game.
insane impact
Yep.
right now. Every game has almost a 2-game turnaround, a 2-game flip. So even though it's the Raiders, Chargers better step up because the Raiders and the
Well,
Chargers have an insane tradition uh, of having playing close games, playing bitter games, fiery games, and the Chargers better step up. I hope Jim Harbaugh gave him a great speech. Like, how
well,
lucky are we? I mean, are we lucky or what? Let's play some great football, pick up a game in the standings. Let's go to 8-4. So the Chargers have, I mean, really, I think this is the biggest game of the season. I mean,
I
we
think
thought
you're
Kansas
right.
City, Brazil opening game, that's great. They won. They won their first three, but they've been playing schlocky football since
Yeah.
the first 3 weeks
Can they
when they were
wake
3
up?
and
I
0.
mean, can they wake up? And now you've got a inspired Glenn Olson is stepping up, and that that name from the past to take over for the offensive calls for the Raiders. I think they're going to be charged up. I think you're going to
Yes.
see Geno Smith charged up, playing much better. I think you're going to see because the offense is playing better, the defense is even going to play better. It's going to be a tight game. It's going to be really a fun game to watch between Chargers and Raiders. I'm picking the Chargers, but not by a lot. I'm not picking a runaway game. I think the Chargers will eke out a win, but it's going to be close. And the Raiders are going to be right there, I think.
Well, the Raiders will play them tough.
Yeah.
The Chargers have too much talent.
Yeah.
Herbert, Geno Smith. I always look at the quarterbacks in a game like this, and also bounce back in this year of parity when no team really has an edge. Any given Sunday, as the great Pete Rozelle used to say,
Yep.
any given Sunday a team can rise up and smoke you, and the Chargers have to be wary of that. But I like the Bolts
Yep.
also.
Yeah.
Tight game. I don't think the Raiders are going to just fold, even though they're 2-9.
No.
But getting rid of Chip Kelly was big,
Big.
and I think Pete Carroll will have them ready uh, for that game. Is Shador ready, PJ, to take over the quarterback position for the Cleveland Browns? They got him again against the
Yeah.
49ers today.
Quick answer, no. I don't think
Ah,
I don't think so. I think today he's going to get punished a bit by the 49ers, I believe. I think the 49ers too good, too much for Shador right out of the. I know he won a game, but this is asking a lot of a rookie like that, and he's just coming in. I think that the 49ers, especially with Shanahan, he knows how to coach against those rookies. It's going to be a very tough game for him. I think he's going to get multiple sacks against him, maybe one or two interceptions. And I see the 49ers winning that handily, that game. Even though Cleveland has a
and they're
great
in
defense,
Cleveland, but
they have
the
a great defense.
49ers,
Yeah,
they to me are a stunning team.
they're
Just
stunning. Yeah,
ravaged by injuries. I mean,
yeah,
everyone gets banged up, gets injured. That's
yeah,
just part of the game.
yeah,
You got to play with your injuries. but the way they have responded, to
Yeah.
stay at least within hailing distance, of the Rams in Seattle in the NFC West, sensational coaching job by Shanahan.
Yep.
And the guys have stepped up. Jones stepped up, the quarterback for Purdy.
Yep.
So they're tough. Christian McCaffrey, offensive machine. If
He's a
he's
machine.
healthy, they can win games. They're going to
Yep.
move the ball. They're going to score with McCaffrey.
I think so.
Kittle's in. So they're getting guys back, but still ravaged by injuries. But very surprising team, the 49ers, to stay, above 500 and playing, really good football.
Yep.
But what really got to me was that cheap shot, PJ, by Murig of Carolina on Jennings of the 49ers.
Yeah.
That crotch shot.
Yeah. That was terrible.
This is so unacceptable.
Yeah.
I don't care what form. Schoolyard, Pop Warner, Pee Wee, NFL, college. You don't smack a guy in the package like that.
No.
I don't care how much trash talking was going on, but that can't be done. Murig of Carolina was suspended one game, maybe lost to $60,000. He was only making he's making $1.5 million, so he suspended one game, $60,000 fine. But Murig, what are you doing, man?
No, it's terrible.
You never do. You see the brick.
Oh,
you
he
see
earned
the
it.
brick.
He
You
earned
see
it.
You
Give it to
don't-
him.
You don't do the crotch shots, man. You see it?
Please.
See
No.
it?
Eat
You
it.
freak. Dog me, you. No crotch shots.
I mean, come on. You hit a man on a sweetbreads like that. I mean, you ought to be at least suspended one for each side of the sweetbread that you hit. So that'd be
That wasn't even in your
two
turkey,
games.
was it? The sweetbreads, PJ?
Oh, yeah.
That wasn't even stuffed in your turkey. I mean,
That
when you
hurt
stuff
me.
Jennings' turkey, man. How about the self-control of Jennings, though, not to go after him?
Smart
I mean,
move.
he just pulled back.
He just pulled back.
I mean, when you get hit like that,
Well,
man,
he was doubled over too. He couldn't have done too much
true
better.
that. He was in such
Yeah.
pain, but
I doubled over when I saw it. I mean, it was terrible. That's
oh,
just
just
terrible.
one of the lowlights.
Yeah.
But overall, NFL, it's almost total parody. I don't know if you like parody or you like dynasties, but obviously the Kansas City Chiefs dynasty is over. We can say that.
Yeah.
You're thinking every week the Chiefs are going to win a game. They're back, but no, they're not.
No.
Mahomes is playing well. They have weapons. Something again is missing from the Kansas City Chiefs. They don't make the key stops anymore defensively.
Yeah.
They're done.
Yeah.
I believe they're done. They have 5 games left. Listen, you can't count out Mahomes and
Never
Andy
count
Reid.
them out. But they have to
Everyone wants
win
to
all the
now.
way.
Everyone wants to say they're done. The turkey's done. It's been basted. In
Yeah.
the oven. They're done. Kansas City's up, but they could still sneak in as a wild card. 5 games is a lifetime in the NFL. We're only in week 13. We got plenty of football left, PJ. But your Broncos are looking good.
They're looking good.
Patriots looking really good.
Sharp.
And now the surging Bears at 9-3. Rams. They've won 6 in a row.
Yeah.
Big game in Carolina. That could be a trap game on the road. Carolina 6-6. I was looking at the scoreboard earlier. Stafford, had 30 touchdowns, 2 picks going in, which is MVP-esque. Was picked off a couple times already today, Stafford. So that game, well, we'll see how that shakes out. But they've won 6 in a row, the Rams.
Yeah.
There's no team hotter in the NFL than the Los Angeles Rams and Matthew Stafford. So at this point, man, who's going to the Super Bowl? I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, this is so wide open and crazy, PJ. I mean, there's total parity.
Yeah, I love it. I just love it. I love the balance. Then once you have parity, to my opinion, then you have to start looking at balance. And some of the better balanced teams are Denver, the Rams. These are teams that are well balanced. And when I say that, I mean across the board. With
And Indianapolis, we can't forget
defense.
the Colts.
And the Colts, of course. So when you look at these teams and you start to say, okay, these teams have balance both sides. Balance is going to beat parity in the end. It's going to squeak by and beat it. So I always say, once you get the parity, look for the teams that are balanced. And when you're in Vegas, that's where you drop the hundy right on their little nose and see how it goes. That's how you do it. That's how you win, Vic. Come on.
The only way.
It's the only way.
It's the only way.
It's the only way.
This is so crazy funky NFL, and we love it.
Yeah.
And I want to congratulate you, PJ, to your USC Trojans taking home the victory bell at the Coliseum, beating arch rivals UCLA 29-10.
Yep.
Oh, after trailing 10-7 at the half, PJ.
They were a little sleepy. I have to give it to UCLA. They came in totally energized. You could see it, you
Yes.
could feel it, and that was the thing where, their energy was raising them up over their level of play that they normally play. They were just so energized and excited. They couldn't bring that back in the second half, and that's where USC took over because USC just ground them down. But yeah, I mean, the first half of the game, it was a close game. I was going like, whoa, what's going to happen here? But USC, big win for them. They don't the bell, they get to take it home again. It's already painted USC colors. They don't have to repaint it, Vic. They just leave it. They save some money. They just leave it the same color for another year, and that bell just sits there in the cardinal red, beautiful, and gold, beautiful colors. So yeah, very happy about that. Now, to
But but
finish
but
that, to
but,
finish
but,
that story,
in summation, PJ,
yeah,
what
yeah,
happened to Lemon and Lane? Why were they suspended for the first quarter for discipline? What did they do? I mean, never was clear. Everyone just like pushed it under the table.
nobody
But
talked
they were
about it.
non-factors. I mean, Lemon did catch a 35-yard touchdown pass,
Yeah,
but Lane caught three balls. Lane had the touchdown, and that was really it. It was all about King Miller for
yeah,
127 yards rushing, and Maeva throwing the ball beautifully to other receivers.
right.
But Lane had really was not a factor. Lemon, the one touchdown, but they were non-factors really. It was the running game and the
Non-factors.
defense of USA holding UCLA scoreless in the second half,
Right.
and that was the game to win by 19. UCLA covered. I think they were 21.5-point dogs. So if they
21, yeah.
covered. They
Yeah.
covered. That's the only good thing. If you bet UCLA and got the points, you won. But obviously USC, glorious victory, 9-3. Was that a successful season, PJ, for
No,
for
no,
the Trojans?
no, because you know what? We expect more. And we should at this point with Lincoln Riley. He's had two or three chances now to change the defenses and get them right. He still doesn't have it right. We talk about balanced teams. USC's not going anywhere this season because it's not balanced. It's an unbalanced team. Has a
Great
great,
offense, no defense.
yeah, totally. So they're not gonna get in the same league with Ohio State, even Georgia. They're not gonna do it, They're not gonna be there. So was it a successful season? I guess if you go home and you say maybe as an alumni, I don't feel like that. If we lose to the Irish, I don't
You
think
lose to
it's
the Irish, you lose
yeah.
to Illinois,
Illinois, I mean, I don't think it's a
and
successful season.
you lose to Oregon.
Yeah, I mean, it's successful enough for Lincoln to keep his job another season, but I tell you what, one more season of an unbalanced team and a bad defense, and I think Lincoln Riley is going to be in trouble as a coach because it's time to win. USC's got the number one recruiting class coming in
Yes.
at the end of the year, so they should have an answer, and they better have an answer to play Big Ten football and get into the playoffs and get into the run because just to do 9-3 and go to some schlock, uh,
A Holiday Bowl, a
please,
Sun Bowl, who cares?
no bowl. I'd rather go to the bowling alley and see them play there.
I mean,
I, I mean,
9-3. It looks good on paper, but really, you're
yeah,
right. It was
no,
it was significant in that you can build for next year,
yeah,
but you beat
yeah,
Michigan,
yeah.
but they only win at the Collie. They can't win on the
They
road.
can't win on the road.
They're undefeated at the Collie this year.
Yeah,
They have a
well,
winning streak at the Collie, but they leave LA, and their defense doesn't travel.
right.
Offense travels. The
Yeah,
offense does travel.
yeah,
The running game traveled. Uh, Maeva traveled.
yeah.
Defense did not travel, and their
No.
special teams were from hell.
Oh, the worst.
Again, missed field goal, one blocked against UCLA. Even they need help in these special teams.
Yep.
Of course, that big punt return, the 85-yard punt return in Oregon turned that game around. So their special teams need a lot of help. But again, 9-3,
Nah.
it's okay.
It's
It's
okay.
like your Trojan facing. Okay, we won 9 games, but
Yeah.
where you going?
Right. You
Not
dodged a
even the final
bullet.
12. You can't even make the final 12 to get to the
Yeah.
playoffs.
I mean,
UCLA, on the other hand, big problems. Who they're going to hire? They're not going to hire Lane Kiffin.
no.
Lane looks like LSU. They'll make it official later today.
I think so.
But Lane's going to leave Ole Miss.
Yeah.
where he was sensational, bringing a program, the Rebels out of Oxford, to the national spotlight. He was sensational.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
LSU was going to pay him like, I don't know, $12 million a year,
That's why he's
big
leaving.
7-year deal, I think, $84 million deal for Kiffin, former SC coach,
Yeah. Right.
former Raider coach. Remember, he was a Raider coach for like a split second.
A minute.
Yeah, and he was gone.
Yeah.
But Lane's got led a charmed life at the head coaching.
Oh yeah. Yeah. These head coaches, they cash in. They don't really deliver. In Lane's case, he has delivered on Ole Miss. Very big, like you're saying, fantastic.
And people are all over him about, why it took so long to make this decision. There's hundreds and hundreds of people impacted by this decision.
Oh
It's not
yeah.
just Lane Kiffin.
No.
It's the families of the assistant coaches.
Right.
It's the administration. It's the players.
Players.
Suddenly they committed to Lane Kiffin. Now Kiffin's gone. He's leaving. He's leaving Ole Miss. He's going to LSU. He'll probably, poach a lot of players. Take them to LSU. He'll take them to Baton Rouge,
Oh yeah, he
and
will.
he's going to poach coaches.
Yeah, of course.
There'll be a
Yeah.
poaching. I mean, let's face it.
Yeah.
He's going to take his people with him.
Yep.
And Ole Miss will be stuck in the lurch. I'm sure they're prepared. Florida got their new coach, so he was rumored to be going either Florida, LSU, or the
Yep.
pros, maybe the New York Giants. To reunite with Jackson Dart, but that would have been a losing situation in New York. Because let's face it, they were a losing organization.
They're losing.
Um,
Yeah.
a good move for him, LSU.
Yep.
You're moving up an echelon in the Southeast Conference. LSU has won 3 titles over the last 20 years, but that's it. Right now, they're in a rut. They're a mediocre college football team right now, LSU. So getting Lane is going to elevate, Baton Rouge and the Bayou Bengals into the next strata. So it'll be a great move by LSU to sign Lane. And listen, it's his life, but again, it's hard to make a decision like that. You think it's not easy.
Oh no, it's not easy.
He created incredible culture at Ole Miss, a winning culture. He's a very, very loquacious coach. He's very out there for the media.
Yep.
It's been a wonderful time at Ole Miss, but now LSU has the talent of Lane Kiffin. But there were some great rivalry games, USC, UCLA.
Oh
My
yeah.
Texas Longhorns, PJ.
Oh,
Arch Manning stepped up with Bevo, the Longhorn steer,
he looked good.
and they laid the first loss of the season on Texas A&M in
Yep.
Austin.
Yep.
Did that win propel them to the Final 12? We'll see how it plays out. But that was, to me, was the most stunning
Yeah.
football. They won by 10
Yeah.
over A&M, who was undefeated.
Yeah.
They were going to play in the conference championship. They got knocked out of that.
He got knocked out.
Texas knocks them out. Arch has a great game.
Yep.
And Texas is surging. I would put them in the top 12. And with that victory, you got to propel them over some teams, I guess. But
Yeah.
everyone was winning. Everyone's winning.
Yeah.
So the committee's got to make a decision on Texas. Is Texas in the Final 12? I think they are. But I'm biased. I love
Yeah.
Bevo.
Yeah.
I'm an Austinite
Yeah, you
as
are.
well. Lived there for many, many years. And,
An Austinite.
covered the program. I
Yeah.
followed Bevo
Yeah.
all around the country. So I'm biased, but that win, that
Oh,
was an incredible win to beat the Aggies like that.
yes. Yeah, it was. And we'll see, like you say, it's up to where they land and, will they be in the top 12? Maybe. But there's a lot of teams up there. It's getting crowded. It's getting crowded in that top
And how about
12.
Ohio
So,
State? They just look incredible.
oh, they look like
Just
a machine. They're a
undefeated
machine.
number
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
They just dominated Michigan
Yeah.
in their annual crazy game in the Big House. They went to Ann Arbor and did it.
Yeah.
Their defense is crazy good. Offense crazy good. Sayan
Yeah.
is Heisman Trophy favorite,
Oh, yeah.
but he'll be facing Fernando Mendoza of Indiana, number 2,
There you go.
also undefeated. That's some
Undefeated.
game. 1-2 in Indianapolis next Saturday
Yeah.
for the Big Ten championship. That's an incredible game. How many times you get a 1-2, both undefeated, both
That's rare.
surging, both
That's rare.
MVP Heisman Trophy quarterbacks,
Yeah.
Sayan against Mendoza. That's going to be an incredible matchup. But a guy I've been watching all season, haven't mentioned him because sometimes we just forget, Diego Pavia, quarterback Vanderbilt.
There you go.
Smallish guy.
Hmm.
In the Heisman Trophy talk, went to, I think it's his 6th year already.
Wow.
He's a short guy,
Yeah.
Little guy,
Yeah.
fierce, over
Yeah.
400 yards total yardage yesterday for Vanderbilt at Tennessee. Big win for Vandy to beat Tennessee. That's
Yeah.
a great rivalry with Tennessee. Dominated them for years. Vandy beats them. This Diego's unbelievable. He's got to be up for a Heisman Trophy. At least he'll get the trip to New York.
Yeah.
Small guy from New Mexico, PJ, played at New Mexico Military Institute, the
Wow.
Broncos, who I covered in Roswell, New Mexico, back in 1980, 81. I was working for a Roswell TV station. I'm covering New Mexico Military Institute football.
I
That's
didn't
where
even
he
know
was.
Roswell had TV. Really?
They have aliens. They always had the aliens. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But gong me, you see,
There you go.
the aliens of Roswell put a
The
bunch of them out.
aliens.
But New Mexico Military Institute, that's where Pavia played against Cisco College and Northeastern Oklahoma A&M. I mean, teams like that. And to play for Vanderbilt and be in the Heisman conversation, that's amazing for Pavia. So
Yeah.
Diego Pavia, incredible season. May not win the Heisman, but he's going to get the trip to New York.
Wild horse. Call him the wild
Wild
horse.
horse,
There
man.
he goes.
A
Yeah.
wild horse. Speaking
Yeah.
of wild
That's good.
horses,
Yes.
your Los Angeles Lakers,
How about that?
14-4. Luca
Six
going
games,
nuts.
6 game winning streak on the line.
6 game winning streak.
Yep.
Braun blends in. He's going to miss at least tonight's game with a bad foot management. They're calling it.
Okay.
Let's face it. He's 41. You got to manage the foot.
He's got a
So,
corn. Let's face it. He's got a corn on his little toe, and he's going to
well,
sit out. I mean, come on.
luckily they can win without him. You
Yeah.
saw the return of Anthony Davis in Dallas.
Yes. Oh,
Actually, Anthony was outplayed by DeAndre Ayton.
he
I thought
was.
he was outplayed.
Yeah.
Luca always loves playing the Mavericks. He played
Yeah.
well. Austin Reeves at 38. Just an incredible game from AR.
Yeah.
And the team's playing well. 14-4, second seed in the West. Behind, of course, the Thunder is crazy. What,
Yeah.
19-1 or something?
Yeah. They're insane. They're insane. Good.
So that was a good run for the Lakers. As you said, 6 in a row.
Yep.
And JJ Redick's doing a hell of a job coaching this team.
I think
They,
so.
they're playing, good defense. PJ, if you can play a little bit of defense in this league, you're going to win a lot of games.
You are. You are. If
And
you're just out playing offense, and they had that the other game they were playing. They were just playing offense. Both teams just playing offense. It just looks like an all-star game. You know,
yeah,
that's exactly what it looks like. No one's playing defense. Everybody's trying to score as many points as they can, and it's just like you've got to play the D. But Lakers are playing some D. They're looking good. The Clippers are not
they,
looking good. They're
they look
looking
done. They look
horrible.
done. They're five
Yeah,
and
they're horrible.
15.
Yeah, they're pretty
Even with
done.
even with Kawhi back,
Yeah,
Kawhi and the Beard scorer, and that's
yeah,
it. And some
yeah,
Zubac, and that's it. They have no bench.
yep,
Chris Paul is done.
yeah,
He retired. I think he retired already. He has been ineffective.
yeah.
Uh, no one has played well. Collins a little bit. They have no bench.
No
They have no
bench.
bench.
No
I
bench. No
mean,
one to go to. No
after
one to go to.
Kawhi and the Beard score,
Yeah.
that's it.
And I think Kawhi's out because he's injured again. And Lou can't do it. He's a good coach, but there's nothing he can do.
No, lose a tremendous goal. But you're right.
Yeah,
The talent's not there. They put together
talent's
a
not there.
squad that's old and looking old.
Yep.
It's a long season. Maybe Lou can turn it around. But at this point, 5 and 15
Ugh.
in a very competitive West.
Yeah. Yeah.
With Denver is playing some good ball. San Antonio, the sleeper with
Oh yeah.
Wembanyama,
Yeah.
they're playing excellent ball.
Yep.
Uh, it's going to be very, very difficult. Houston's playing good ball.
Houston's playing good.
Lakers.
Yeah.
There's a very tough West.
Yeah. I
Very
don't
tough
look
West.
I don't look the Clippers to do anything this year except keep losing, really, honestly. I don't feel the spark. I don't feel the energy there, and like you say, they have no bench. They have no one to lean on, no one to come off that bench and give them some positive energy. I don't know how you manufacture that if you don't have at least one or two players, player number 6 and 7 that can come off the bench and do that. You're pretty stuck. So
Maybe they should
that
all grow beards like James Harden.
I think so. Yeah, become the Smith brothers and sell
The
cough
Smith, I
drops.
like that. That would help. ZZ Top. Just
Yeah.
everyone grow beards.
Oh
Everyone
my
grow.
God.
Be like James.
Yeah.
Be like James Harden. James is
He-
playing great. He's playing all-star level again.
Let me ask you something.
But that's it.
Yeah.
A big surprise on the college basketball front.
Oh,
Your USC Trojans win the Maui Invitational with
how about
Muscle.
that? They go to Hawaii and they're looking good. How about that? I love it. I
Surprise.
was
Big,
very surprised, but very
you got to
happy.
rank them. They're 6-0. You
Yeah.
got to put them in the top 25. Meanwhile, UCLA stunned
Oh,
by Cal up in San
yeah.
Francisco. They're going to move out of the top 25, probably
Yeah.
UCLA.
Yeah.
And USC in. That's a stunner.
Yeah.
USC top 25 men's hoops. UCLA out.
Yeah.
That's stunner. But
Yeah.
Musselman doing a great job with the Trojans.
He has been. And it's been for him, it's been an ascension each year, right? He keeps looking better and better. And now he's at the point where maybe he can actually do something this year that gets us even higher. But it's been fun to watch. I was a little stunned like you were that he came out and they won that whole
And they
tournament.
beat
That was
Seton
amazing.
Hall, which is a
Yeah.
nice
Yeah.
team. They beat
Nice
Arizona
team.
State, nice
Yeah.
team. So they're playing good ball. I mean, who knew?
Who knew?
USC hoops,
Yeah.
USC hoops.
Yeah.
That's a big surprise, and I'm so psyched. This
Oh,
NFL is making me nuts.
I
Look
know,
at me, I'm a wreck.
but let me
Uh,
ask you a question. Why aren't we, you and me, having sushi with Yamamoto? Why aren't we eating sushi with Yamamoto?
wow,
Why is he entertaining huge slugging stars and all of a sudden he's the front man for the Dodgers? He's bringing these guys to the table that maybe, just maybe, you might see in a Dodger uniform, right?
that was the greatest offseason photo I've ever seen for the Dodgers.
That's
Was a big Yama having some ahi tuna with
yes.
Murakami, the free agent slugger from Japan.
Yep.
He is schmoozing him. He obviously recruiting him to
Yeah. Oh,
become a Los
obviously.
Angeles Dodger, a
Yep.
two-time world champion Dodger.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the other big free agent, Imai, pitcher for Japan, everyone wants a piece of him. He does not want to come to the Dodgers. He wants to beat the Dodgers, says Imai.
Okay.
Imai, Imai.
Okay.
Uh, nice right-hander, but doesn't want to play for the Dodgers.
Uh-oh.
Wants to beat
Well,
the Dodgers. So listen,
yeah.
even though the Dodgers have the supreme organization, supreme management, supreme ball club, supreme fans,
Yeah.
so some guys are not just making a beeline to the blue.
Well,
So,
I
but
think
hopefully Murakami becomes a Dodger. Max Muncy's there at third, but hey, you get Murakami to maybe shift to an outfield position,
sure.
play a little first base,
Yeah.
expand your skills.
Yeah.
Murakami would do that.
Murakami would do that in a second, and I get why some people don't want to come to the Dodgers because look who you have to compete with. You're not going to get the full stage when you've got the players that the Dodgers have already, right? You're coming and they want to be the player themselves at another team that can rise up to that level and take all the charm and get all the love from everybody. You're not going to get that at the Dodgers. There's too much that has to go around.
You
Too
become
many
part of the
great players.
collective. You become part of the collective.
That's it. That's it.
And that is so important. That's the way of Dave Roberts, the way of the Sensei, the way of the Azul, the way of the
Yep.
Dodgers. You become one of a collective. But this collective has won two straight World Series and hungry for more, PJ.
Hungry.
They're
Hungry.
hungry. They haven't made any free agent moves yet.
No.
Free agents out there. A couple outfielders that they're still looking at. They're looking at Bellinger, maybe Tucker.
Yeah.
I'm thinking more
Tucker.
Cody Bellinger, being he has Dodger roots, and much cheaper than Tucker. Tucker's like a $400 million free agent.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think Cody is like 280, whatever it is. But Bellinger would be a nice addition. Of course, the bullpen needs help, so they're looking for bullpen help. Even though, if you look at their bullpen once again, the names are there.
They're
Everyone's
there.
there. They just have to produce.
Yeah. Yeah.
They names are there.
Oh yeah.
Everyone's in place, but they still, the Dodgers, they're going to go after a couple good relief pitchers.
They have to. They have
But
to.
so everyone's chasing
Yeah.
the Dodgers. But you're right, seeing Big Yama eating sushi,
It's
with
just
Murakami in a Japanese sushi bar was a tremendous moment.
that was a tremendous moment. I said, wait a minute. I said, the tables have turned. He's now the front man for the Dodgers.
Ah,
It's so great. He's the front man. He's the guy that goes out and says, hey, you ought to come to the Dodgers and
yeah,
play.
but come on.
Yeah, come
Ohtani's
on. Yeah.
here.
Have a little more
Sasaki's
tuna. Have
here.
some tuna. Yeah, yeah. Have a little sake.
We
Let's
know
go.
where the great
Come.
sushi places are in LA. You'll be
Yeah.
fine.
Right. Yeah. We'll do many, many great sushi places together.
We'll get you some udon, some
Oh,
ramen.
come on. Come on.
We'll put you in some sensational
Oh,
restaurants in Los Angeles
yes.
where the tuna is fresh.
Tuna's
where the
fresh.
tuna is fresh.
And the fishing's always good.
Fishing's excellent.
Yeah, right
Fishing
there,
is excellent.
right there at Dodger Stadium. Let me tell you. Let me tell you, it's just fun to see that. And yeah, it'll be really great to see if they can get him, if they can nab him, you know. I hate to hear that we may be losing Rojas because he's a spark plug for the team.
I'm seeing rumors all week, but nothing's confirmed. I
Yeah, I
know what you're
hope
saying
not.
about Miggy Rojas.
Yeah,
I saw, but the report was never qualified by uh, established news organizations.
I hope not. I hope not.
Miggy is still a Dodger.
Good.
Miggy Rojas, despite I saw one report, my beloved bride Yuko Sakamoto
Yeah.
said, Vic, Mickey Rojas. I saw a report that he was
Yeah,
signed by
see?
Atlanta. I said, Ukes, who was the news source?
Yeah.
TMSN
Uh,
XXO. I
yeah.
said, who are they?
Yeah.
And none, it was never reported, by anyone in Los Angeles, by David
Right.
Vassay, the Supreme Dodger Insider. No one reported that, but you're right, PJ. That was floated, and
Yeah.
there'll be a revolution in the Ciudad if
Oh, yeah.
Miggy was let go.
Oh, I think it would be. And it'd be really sad for the Dodgers. You can't lose. It'd be like losing Kike. Those two
They don't
guys,
win the World Series without Mickey Rojas.
that's right.
That's
They
his bottom
don't.
line. He's a folk legend.
They
He's
don't.
iconic.
You got to keep the spark plugs. It's like we were talking about with the Clippers. There's no
Yes.
spark. You got to have a couple guys that come off the bench that can give you the spark. I don't care how many great players you have. You need that. So I think the Dodgers recognize that. Hopefully they'll keep. I think they'll keep Kike. I'm praying they keep Rojas. They need those two sparks, and then work around it. Use your bullpen guys. You need to get rid of a couple. You need to get a couple. That's where you need to add and subtract right there. That is an area of concern for the Dodgers moving forward. But the other stuff, if I was in charge, I wouldn't touch it. I'd leave it. Honestly, I'd leave it. I'd go and I'd have a giant sushi party with all of them and just sit and talk and just have fun
Run
because
it back.
yeah,
Run it back with the key contributors.
that's
And
it.
Miggy Rojas was the key
Key.
contributor.
Yeah.
There is no World Series championship without Miggy Rojas.
Well, let's not forget
But
that.
to even hear rumors, it hurts.
Yeah.
Just to hear that. What?
Yeah.
Miggy Rojas even floating a rumor to go are you
Yeah.
kidding me? Just sign
No.
him up already,
Yeah.
double his salary. And
Double it.
he says it's his last year. He's 37, 38. I think he can play a few more years, Miggy, but he's a managerial candidate. His
Oh, for
baseball
sure.
smarts are
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
off the charts.
Yeah.
Miggy is so intelligent.
Yeah.
It's just an incredible motivator.
Yep.
I mean, he is, behind Dave Roberts, he's the motivator.
Yeah.
Before Dave Roberts speaks, Miggy Rojas will give the speech
He's
to the
great.
team.
You need that. You
I mean,
gotta
he
have
was, you do a tequila shot before the champagne with Miggy. Miggy would do the tequila before all the
I
celebrations.
love it.
They had
I
like
love
40
it.
celebrations this year.
Yeah.
Always starts with a tequila shot with Miggy Rojas.
That's right.
So to
That's right.
even hear his name floating around
No,
is hurtful.
it's
Just
hurtful.
sign him up already.
Yeah,
Just
sign him up.
Dodgers do it. I don't want to go nuts, but you got to sign Miggy Rojas.
You better have
He
a
is your
brick ready if
key.
they trade him. You better have a brick ready if they trade him
Oh,
because I
absolutely.
want to.
I'm,
Yeah,
I don't want to. I don't want to go there.
I know.
But just
I
sign him up like
yeah,
immediately. Like
yeah.
hello,
Yes.
hola.
Speaking of going, we have to go, Vic. We have to go.
Oh, listen,
But
everyone
this has been
enjoys.
so much fun.
I want
Yeah.
to thank Chris Donovan. Great on the ones and the twos. Enjoy
Yes.
Disneyland, Chris.
Yes.
Of course, Yuko Sakamoto, my beloved bride,
The gongs.
on the gong, and getting me ready and producing me, getting me ready for the moment.
Yep.
Dave Cardona, graphics master,
Graphic.
sensational work as always. And PJ, thank you. You are amazing as
Thank you.
always.
As you are.
And I love your bird. The
Thank
bird
you.
recipe. You got to put it up on the big
I'm gonna
screen.
put that. I'm gonna put that up. I mean, everybody's got to try that. I promise you, total success. Anybody that's afraid of cooking a turkey, you're gonna look like a superstar. You're gonna look like Yamamoto sitting at a sushi restaurant.
Oh yeah.
All that praise. That's how great you're gonna look.
I love it. I love it.
Hey,
Thank
please,
you, everybody,
thank you.
for watching, for clicking,
Share
for giving
this. You
us
got
the
to
likes,
share
for
this.
sharing.
Yes, share this with your
Feeling
friends.
You with Victor Brick Jacobs and PJ.
Have a good one.
Yeah.